CTV News at 6 with Joe Perkins.
Good evening. Thanks for being here. Happy first day of fall. Well, if you didn't see them off, you'll have to catch them on the road. This year's Cops for Cancer Tour de Rock has begun. For the next 2 weeks, 16 cops and 2 members of the media will ride the length of Vancouver Island, raising money for kids with cancer. It was an emotional send-off for the Tour de Rock at Thrifty Foods in View Royal this morning. After 7 months of training and hundreds of fundraisers, these 16 Vancouver Island police officers, joined by Kyle Slavin from the Black Press and our Aaron Glazier, will now tackle a physical and emotional challenge that will likely stay with them forever. The riders say physically they're good to go, but for some there's still a bit of an unknown factor.
I've been involved in the junior riders for years, but I haven't ever seen the north end of the island or any of the communities that you hear so much about, so I have no idea what to expect at this point.
It's pretty exciting. I mean, this is something that we've been working on for a couple months, and it's a long time coming, and it's going to be really, really neat to get to start this and meet the people up island and down island and hear their story.
For many of the Tour de Rock riders, the hardest part of this morning's send-off was saying goodbye to their families. Many won't see their loved ones until the tour wraps up in Victoria on Friday. That's October the 5th. For our CTV's Aaron Glazier, it was a final chance for her father, Bob Glazier, to say good luck.
An enormous effort over the last few months. A lot of training, a lot of fundraising, and we're very proud of Erin. Our entire huge family. Yeah. She's a fine young woman. Yeah.
Aw, that's nice, Dad.
Oh, that's very true. Very true. You're my Bobo. Every dad has to have a Bobo, eh?
After the goodbyes, the bags were loaded up and the riders were off. The team spent today driving to the North Island, where they will jump on their bikes early tomorrow morning in Port Alice. CTV's Gord Curvis will be there as well, documenting the first day of the Tour de Rock for us tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. If you would like to get involved and help these riders who have given up hundreds of hours of their free time to help island kids living with cancer, please check out copsforcancerbc.ca. Well, speaking of helping out, students at Oak Bay were also up early this morning sorting through bottles to help with this year's Tour de Rock campaign. Today's bottle drive is just one of several initiatives the students have organized to help raise funds. About 200 students are helping out this year. Their motto for the campaign, teamwork makes the dream work.
This project is pretty much it's really close to our hearts. Obviously, cancer is so it's everywhere in our community, and it's touched everyone, right? So we're here to support the cops that are going on their big ride, and we've been working on this for about 2 months now. 2 months. And we started in August. It's great to see the turnout with everyone from our school coming out today.
The students also have a bingo night scheduled for this Tuesday. That's at 7 in the East Gym. Then next Saturday, 1 week today, at the Pharmacave in Oak Bay. Get your appetite ready for the Oak Bay Bake Sale. The following Sunday is the school's benefit concert, and that is at 7 o'clock. To some political news now. John Cummins has survived the leadership vote at the BC Conservative Party's annual general meeting held in Langley today. More than 70% of party members who cast ballots during the party's convention in Langley today voted against a review, but there were major changes in the party. BC MLA John Van Dongen has resigned from the party, saying he cannot continue with the Conservatives while it's led by John Cummins. Van Dongen, who bolted from the governing Liberals to join the Conservatives, says he will sit as an independent in the legislature. A group calling itself Friends of the BC Conservative Party, led by current party Vice President Ben Besler, wanted members to vote for a leadership review. Besler had raised concerns through emails about Cummins' leadership style. People traveling on BC ferries between Vancouver and Victoria this morning ran into some unexpected delays. Mechanical difficulties forced the cancellation of the 7 a.m. sailing from Tsawwassen and the 9 a.m. sailing from Swartz Bay. Things were back on track by late morning. On Friday, yesterday, the 1:20 sailing from Thetis Island was also canceled after an alleged vehicle break-in on board. Police were called after it was suspected that a passenger had broken into another passenger's vehicle. Well, back on the South Island, it's not the first time we've seen an old home on Vancouver Island lifted from the ground and moved to a new location. But tonight, when a character home on Richmond Rd gets moved, the process will be slightly different. like a piece of cake cut right down the middle. The home, which was built in the late 1890s, will be transported in 2 pieces at 8 o'clock to its new home on Pemberton Rd. The building was slated for demolition, but Abstract Development and the City of Victoria came up with a plan to sell the home, which they eventually did. Tonight at 8, the pieces will be pulled up Oak Bay Avenue, then onto Fort, and then onto Pemberton, where it will stay on the 1000 block.
Neighbors are getting pretty excited. They've been working on the house for quite some time now, a number of weeks. There's been a lot of work to prepare the house, certainly, for its final move, and there's definitely been a lot of buzz going on in the corner. The house, both pieces will be moved overnight and should be in place at the new location by tomorrow morning.
Building used to be a university school and was the precursor to St. Michael's University School. Now it's strictly rental units and will remain rental units at the new location. If you're in the area tonight for the move, expect some road closures. Welcome back. It seems in the tech world the new iPhone 5 is getting all the attention these days, but tonight it's not alone. The Greater Victoria Library says the hype and interest over e-books continues to rise, but with more attention comes more questions, and that's why the library is launching a plan to help. They're calling these technology petting zoos. 3 zoos containing 4 tablets each were launched in 3 libraries today, including the Central branch downtown. The library says it saw circulation of e-material grow by more than 100% in 2011. More people are using the tech books and more people have questions, so for the next few weeks the library will have tablets on display for people to try out.
So this is the Kobo Touch. So this is one of our popular models, and we've actually got models, the Kobo Touch, actually for checkout as well, as a separate part of the collection. But pretty much it's touch screen technology, and if you want to read one of the titles, all you do is just tap one of the title covers, and you'll have access to the ebook.
Greater Victoria Public Library estimates it has between 11,000 and 12,000 e-titles, ranging from erotic fiction to encyclopedias. The collection can be accessed online. If you'd like more information, you can go to www.gvpl.ca. Finally tonight, some sports and a local connection to the NHL Lockout. The NHL fined the Detroit Red Wings today for an undisclosed amount of money for comments the team's senior vice president made in an interview to a Vancouver Island reporter. And now the interview and those comments have caught the attention of sports departments across the country. Scott Harrigan of Island Sports News says he's receiving calls from CNN and other newsrooms asking him about the one-on-one interview he posted on his site at islandsportsnews.net. Harrigan says he made a comment on his Facebook page about Bettman, Gary Bettman, the commissioner of the NHL, forgetting he was friends with senior Detroit Red Wings VP Jim Devellano. Devellano commented back and eventually agreed to an interview over the phone about Gary Bettman's role in the league and in the lockout. In the interview, Devellano referred to the players and team employees as cattles and the owners as ranchers.
I remember thinking at one point, wow, he's being really candid, and this is really cool that he's opening up like this.
Do you think it's just?
No. This guy's been in the league for 45 years. He's done a lot of great things for the game. It was just him talking to me about the situation.
Harrigan says the team was fined $250,000. NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly called Devellano's comments neither constructive nor helpful to the league's ongoing labor negotiations. Well, finally to the big hockey news in Victoria. The Victoria Royals are less than an hour away from their home opener tonight against the Vancouver Giants. Now, if you're one of those people who think the preseason doesn't mean anything, well, don't tell that to the Royals. The Royals beat the Vancouver Giants twice in the exhibition schedule, something they struggled to do all of last season. And last night, they faced the G-Men in Vancouver to open up this home-and-home series that wraps up tonight. If you missed the game, highlights from last night, the Giants came out with a different look. They went with the throwback 1945 Canucks jerseys. These were the Pacific Coast League Canucks. Good-looking jerseys there. The Royals, though, weren't intimidated by the new look. They were more interested in cashing in on their chances. Less than 3 minutes into the first period, the puck would take a funny hop. Alex Gogolov to Stephen Hodges That would make it 1-0 Royals. The Giants, though, they do what they do best, and that's get out on the forecheck. Kane Franson, with his first of 2 on the night, would make it 1-1, much to the delight of the nearly 8,000 people that turned out last night for the Giants' home opener at the Pacific Coliseum. Gogolov, the former KHLer, had himself a big game. That would be his second of the period to make it 2-1 Royals. Same score in the second. Brandon McGee's shot is stopped. Brandon McGee's second shot is not stopped. That would make it 3-1 Royals. Ben Walker would make it 4-1 before the Giants get one back. Kane Franson beating Patrick Polivka. That would make it 4-2. But that 2-goal lead would stand as the Royals score a huge opening night win on the road in Vancouver. 6-4 was the final last night. Gogolov had 3 assists. Stephen Hodges had himself a 2-goal game and an assist. And with the W, the Giants are 1-0 heading in to tonight's game.